Have you ever wondered how butter, a staple in most kitchens, is made? It's a question that may have crossed your mind while spreading that golden goodness on your morning toast. Butter, in its simplicity, has been a cornerstone of culinary traditions across the globe for centuries. Its rich, creamy taste enhances flavors and adds a luxurious texture to our food. And yet, the process of its creation remains a mystery to many. The magic of butter making begins with just two basic ingredients: cream, which is the fat-rich layer skimmed from the top of milk, and a touch of salt. These humble beginnings transform through a fascinating process into the delectable spread we all know and love. Whether you're a budding home cook, a curious foodie, or just someone who appreciates the finer things in life, understanding how butter comes to be can add a new level of appreciation to your culinary experiences. Now, prepare to dive deep into the fascinating world of butter making. Butter making is a quite simple yet intriguing process. It all begins with the selection of cream. The cream used is typically high in fat, often upwards of 35%. This is because the fat is what will ultimately become our butter. Now, let's move on to the churning process. Churning is the act of shaking or stirring the cream until the fat globules start to stick together. This process can be done manually, using a traditional butter churner, or mechanically with a modern machine. In either case, the purpose remains the same: to agitate the cream until those fat globules start to clump together and form butter. During churning, something magical happens. As the cream is agitated, the fat globules break open, spilling out their fatty insides. These then stick together, forming larger and larger clusters until, eventually, they form a single mass. This mass is our butter. But we're not done yet. After the butter is formed, it's time for the separation process. This is where the buttermilk, which is the liquid left over after churning, is drained off. The buttermilk can be saved for other culinary uses, while the solid mass that remains is our butter. The final step in the butter making process is the washing phase. The butter is washed with cold water to remove any remaining buttermilk and lactose. This is an important step because any leftover buttermilk or lactose can cause the butter to spoil more quickly. Each step in the butter making process is vital. From the selection of cream, to the churning, to the separation, and finally the washing. Each one contributes to the final product. And there you have it, the transformation of cream into a solid block of butter. It's a process that is as fascinating as it is delicious. So the next time you spread that creamy golden goodness onto a slice of bread, take a moment to appreciate the journey it has taken from cream to solid. But wait, there's more to butter than just churning and washing. After our cream has been churned and washed, we're ready to step into the final stages of butter making. One of the crucial elements that we add at this stage is salt. Salt does more than just enhance the flavor of the butter. It also acts as a natural preservative, extending the life of our butter so it can stay fresh for longer. Once we've mixed in just the right amount of salt, we move on to shaping. This is where our butter starts to look like the familiar blocks you see in grocery stores. We measure out the butter, ensuring each block is the same size, and then press it into shape. Finally, the shaped butter is packaged, ready to be shipped off to your local supermarket. And they're waiting for you to pick it up, spread it on your toast, or add it to your favorite dish. And voila! That's how a dollop of cream transforms into your favorite block of butter. So, let's quickly sum up this buttery journey. It all starts with the cream. The fresher, the better. This cream is then churned, either manually or mechanically, stirring up a storm inside the churn until the fat globules in the cream start to clump together. This forms a solid mass which we call butter, but we're not done yet. Next comes the separating, where the buttermilk is drained away, followed by washing to remove any remaining buttermilk. Then, we move on to the salting stage, adding just the right amount of salt for that perfect flavor. Finally, we reach the shaping, molding our butter into the familiar blocks or rolls we find in stores. That's how the magic happens, from cream to butter. Now, every time you spread that butter on your toast, you know exactly what went into making it. Remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting journeys into how things are made. Like, share, and keep exploring.